Welcome, everybody. As the clock was ticking down toward 12:30, I was getting more and more excited, and I wish I could see each and every one of you and give you an air high five. So we'll just do that over Zoom today and Facebook Live today. So great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining in our community's kickoff. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Renee Moe, President and CEO of United Way of Dane County. And though I wish we could be together at the Duck Pond in our Seasons of Caring shirts, I'm so grateful that you've taken time to be with us virtually. I'm looking forward to sharing updates on what is happening in our community, and most importantly, how we can come together to make a meaningful difference. Before we get started, I want to introduce my co-host today, 2020 Community Campaign Chair and President and CEO of UW Credit. When Paul signed up as our community's campaign chair, he and the hundreds of other volunteers working on this year's campaign obviously had no idea we would be doing this work in the middle of a pandemic and economic downturn. Paul's calm, competent, and innovative leadership make him the perfect leader for these times. Thank you so much, Paul. And another big thank you to UW Credit Union and your entire passionate and helpful team for your generous support and innovative partnership this year. In addition to being the presenting sponsor for this event and so many others that you'll see across the campaign, you've also provided invaluable help as you've undertaken the digital transformation that's been needed for this year's campaign. I also want to thank our supporting sponsors, so many people coming together to make this community campaign a success: Cooper Corporation and Group Health Cooperative. And our community sponsors, J.H. Findorf and Son, Madison Gas and Electric, Task, and Vogel. Let's give them all a big round of virtual applause. I can hear the clapping, Paul. That's great. United Way of Dane County has been confronting our community's toughest challenges for 98 years. With a mission to unite our community to achieve measurable results and change lives, we're committed to building a Dane County where everyone can succeed in school, work, and life. Together with all of you, we frame issues, mobilize resources, and hold ourselves accountable for results. Our partnership with more than 100 nonprofits, business and community leaders, local families, volunteers, donors, and each and every one of you make our collective work possible. That's what we mean when we say the power of many working for all. And this year, we have gained a whole new understanding of that power.
There's a strength that holds us together. That strength is community. It's measured in how completely we see our neighbors' struggles, in how thoughtfully we share our support. And it has never mattered more, because when we can meet struggle with strength, there's nothing we can't make it through. At United Way, we bring the community together in strength through the power of many, working for all. Please donate today at unitedwaydanecounty.org.
When the coronavirus pandemic began, we launched the Dane County COVID-19 Emergency and Recovery Fund with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County and Selfless Ambition. More than 1,000 donors and corporate partners raised over $2 million to provide financial relief to over 90 nonprofits for individuals and families affected by COVID-19. We helped to mobilize the city's volunteer response and teamed up with members of the Dane County business community to provide vital assistance wherever it was needed. Volunteers from EPIC were matched with Meals on Wheels programs. Task donated face masks to social service providers like Porchlight. The City of Madison shared a need for face shields for our childcare providers, and United Way matched them with Midwest Prototyping and the Badger Shield Project, who donated 500 face shields. Hydrite Chemical Company and State Line Distillery are providing hand sanitizer to nonprofits, local organizations, and individuals. We also increased our capacity for our United Way 211 helpline because the need in our community was so great. Our call volume increased 400% during phase 1 of the pandemic. And we know from the calls coming in, people letting us know every day what they need in real time, that the greatest needs in Dane County continue to be eviction and homelessness prevention, food and meals for older adults and children, flexible funds, which are dollars that can respond to other crises that individuals, families, or nonprofits experience, and now increasing concerns about childcare access as well as health, including mental health. All of this really hits home when you hear the stories of our neighbors who've been affected. Morgan is a 21-year-old mom, single mom of a 6-month-old baby. She became homeless when she fled domestic violence and was laid off from her job at the same time because of COVID-19. She had no choice but to sleep in her car with no income or other child support. And we're seeing this for many families across our community. There's been an increase in folks sleeping in cars and other places not meant for human habitation. We helped Morgan apply for unemployment and knew it would take a few weeks for payments to start. And because of the generosity of so many just like you, we were able to coordinate through a network of nonprofits poised to help her receive assistance through the Dane County COVID-19 Emergency and Recovery Fund. She was able to get support for stable housing and connected to find new employment and childcare to keep her income flowing. Your support makes this possible in these unprecedented times. And that's the work that it takes to not only get through this crisis, but to really address the root causes of those changes as we go forward. This is just one story, and the needs in our community continue to grow as we see the disproportionate impact on people of color and those in poverty amplified by the coronavirus pandemic. As communities grapple with how to embrace our history and work to be anti-racist, United Way of Dane County recognizes racism as a public health crisis, and we understand it's the root cause of so much inequity in our society. For more than 30 years, we have been working intentionally to increase economic stability and decrease the racial disparities that are occurring right here. To do so effectively, we must continue to address the historic and present forces that suppress racial justice. For Dane County to reach its fullest potential, we commit to engaging and involving diverse communities in all of our work. We want to make sure that everyone's got a seat at the table so we understand in its complexity what it takes to get from here to there. I want to be clear that the gun violence, auto thefts, burglaries, the unrest and discomfort that we are feeling about safety and security, these are connected. And for us to reach our fullest potential, not only do we commit to engaging those diverse communities in decision-making, leadership, and action, but we know we must achieve equitable outcomes in education, income, and health. The giving, advocating, and volunteering, and those systems changes that we lift up with so many partners, these are connected to the health and well-being of every one of us and the health and well-being of our community. The resources you give to United Way of Dane County directly impact access, opportunity, and focus on systemic changes to get more people on pathways towards stability and well-being. Now, more than ever, we must reimagine the long-term recovery of our community as we respond to the emergency needs right in front of us. So many of you give, volunteer, or in other ways contribute to our collective work and are part of the solution, and we thank you so much. We need you to help continue to get others to be involved, to inspire others, to make sure that every Dane County resident knows this is your invitation to be part of the long-term solution. Here's an example of how your investment in our community is magnified when we work together as the power of many.
I really like how that.
You are muted. You can mute.
Go ahead, Paul. I think you're in on your phone as well.
I really like how that video tells the United Way story, mobilizing volunteers and community leaders, experts, and people with real lived experiences to determine how to invest our pledges to make lasting change. When each of us joins thousands and thousands of others, then millions and millions of dollars are raised to create lasting change. For UW Credit Union, our partnership with United Way is based on shared values and many years of earned trust. I've seen United Way up close and the powerful way they leverage volunteers, funding, and expertise to make a difference in the lives of people right here in Dane County. The power of many means they can take our donations and make a bigger impact than we can make alone. I believe in virtuous cycles. When we help a child succeed in school, then our schools are better for everyone. When we help someone get a family supporting job, then we have more buyers and savers in our community, and even more family supporting jobs are created. Every time and in every way we invest to make this a better community for everyone, we also make it better for ourselves. We're all bound together in this community. When we help others, we're helping ourselves. As Renee noted, the needs in our community are surging because of the pandemic. The racial disparities that have been here all along, they've been made even worse by the COVID pandemic. A strong United Way campaign is needed now more than ever. But the campaign will look different this year than ever before because we're innovating. If your organization runs the United Way campaign, it'll look very likely be a completely virtual campaign this year, including easier ways to make your gift electronically. Our team of loaned executives, who are typically our boots on the ground team during the campaign, are building their skills to be effective at both large virtual kickoffs and smaller team meetings. Great to see you, loaned executives. You may have a chance in your own organization to participate in a new special event or educational opportunities, such as an online simulation meant to navigate difficult choices with limited financial means. There'll be a variety of video sharing stories of impact from our partner agencies, even a virtual trivia hosted by a campaign team. In addition to engaging through Women United and Link affinity groups, we're excited to launch a new donor network, Lead United. Lead United members are committed to leading in the community and achieving professional growth. Check out the Lead United webpage for more information. We know our campaign will face some tough challenges this year. There is economic uncertainty, and it could make some donors concerned about making a forward-looking pledge. We know, too, that the heart of United Way is investing in long-term work that addresses root causes of poverty and creates real change in our community. The cries for justice and equity are loud and clear, and the work of driving systemic change is a long game. There are competing opportunities for donations out there, and some GoFundMe type appeals give instant gratification. But we know they don't scale up to address root causes or make lasting change. So we have to share the case for long-term support. Even though we face challenges, we remain optimistic for this year's campaign because the need is compelling, the hurt in our community is easy to see, and the disparate impact of it has been unmasked. As we saw with response to fundraising for COVID-19 recovery, the only way problems get solved is when people come together. And that's exactly what the United Way was built for. As Renee told us, this is United Way's work, and they've been doing it for the last 30 years. So with all this in mind, we're leaning in, we're leaning forward, and we're confident in our campaign goal of $17,800,000. This will support our work to address systemic barriers and help local families access the building blocks of well-being, a quality education, a family supporting job, and health supports. I'm excited too to announce today something new, the Power of Many Challenge. What's it about? Well, gifts made through United Way's website will be matched dollar for dollar up to a total of $20,000 by our sponsor, UW Credit Union. Many of our employers match what we give to United Way, and we want to extend that double good feeling to even more people. So go online today and double your impact. Turn your $5 gift into a $10 impact, a gift of $100 transform into $200 of support. Just go to the United Way of Dane County and look for the Give button. This is an uncertain time, but there's one thing we know, and that's that our neighbors need us. We're never going to forget this time we're living through. And I'm confident that our community will rise to the challenge. I'm confident that you will rise to the challenge. Join us this year by making a gift to support long-term change. Please share what you've heard today with friends, family, and your work colleagues. And check out the remote and socially distanced volunteer opportunities that are available through United Way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. And what an amazing challenge to inspire more donations and to get people to engage differently with United Way, even beyond the workplace campaign. Through the Power of Many challenge, we can immediately make a difference. And with UW Credit Union support, our impact in Dane County will be multiplied. Thank you again, UW Credit Union, for your generous sponsorship, our nonprofit partners who are essential workers walking side by side with families, and all of you who will make a difference by donating through this year's campaign. We're excited to have so many new opportunities to engage with you, your family and friends in the months ahead. United Way is built to innovate along with what the community needs us to be, and here are a couple of examples of that. Join us for monthly webinars that will be focused on education, income, health, and community well-being, and learn about United Way's work to address racial disparities in our community. We want to take each month to zoom in on some of the work that you so graciously make possible. We're also hearing from our community about how can we help. Giving is what is most needed. We want to expand capacity and ensure nonprofits are as strong as they can be now and in 2021, because we know so many of these resources are going to be challenged, and with nonprofits having a harder time getting people together to raise their annual funds. As we know, though, there are also other ways to roll up your sleeves and get involved, including volunteering, as Paul mentioned. You can find volunteer opportunities on volunteeryourtime.org, and those help provide essential services and supplies to our neighbors. You can also sign up today for volunteer opportunities this month, and every month we'll be announcing a special small group in-person opportunity that is physically distant, that has masking requirements and other sanitation safety protocols in place, and we'll make sure that in partnership with local nonprofits and others, that there are still ways for us to get together and to be able to help, as well as many virtual opportunities. There are many more updates to come, so follow along on social to stay in the know. So I am going to scroll here because my screen just froze up. Thank you. All right, so I know that you've got the different posts that are showing up in the chat box. I want to say there's one more thing to know around the CARES Act. You can contribute to Dane County's greatest needs, and your donation can be deducted up to $300 for an individual, or a $600 married file jointly gift on your 2020 federal tax return. So we're excited this came through in the CARES Act because we haven't had this for a couple of years. So just know that too. This is our community's campaign. Please, please participate. We know that every action makes a difference, and we can join together to create more change in our community. And please encourage so many others to join in. When every one of us can do a little bit, we amplify our generosity and create solutions to move forward together. I have a feeling, since you're on this call today, that you already have some awareness of United Way, and we want you to please help us extend that to more people, because this really is the full community's campaign, and you're our best champions to help others engage with that. That's what we mean when we say the power of many working for all. It takes each and every one of us. Thank you all so much for joining us.